Hey, yo, Choice here. Thank you so much for joining me again for another session of Choice Spirit. Today I'm going to speak a little bit about how do we know the difference from our intuition and just that internal chat, the internal talk. How do we discern when it's coming from within and when it's something that is something that's just playing in your mind? I always talk about go within, go within. For that internal dialogue, there's internal dialogue with self, but the intuitive coming from the heart does not come with language. It's not speaking a language. It comes in a feeling. So it's a feeling that comes from within your heart space. It's just like anything in your body is felt through urges. When you're ready to eat, there's an urge within. It doesn't, and then your mind may say, oh, I'm hungry, or I'm ready to eat. It's interpreted. When you feel that sensation, your mind then interprets it as hunger or whatever, and you'll say it to yourself. You'll then voice it internally or externally. You'll speak it. I'm hungry, or your mind will say, oh, did you eat? You need to eat. So you then interpret the sensation of an urge. Same thing with having to use the bathroom or the commode or whatever. There's an urge. Your body lets you know, okay, it's time to go. I hope no one's eating, you know what I mean? Your body lets you know when it's time, and then you interpret that sensation for what it is. Oh yeah. But if you don't have anywhere to go at the moment, you tell yourself, no, not now. Hold it. You'll tell yourself, no, not now, hold it. And your body will try to hold it for as long as it can. But so this is the same as the urge of that internal intuitive thing. It speaks to you in a way where there's an urge, or there's a feeling, or there's a knowing. And then what happens is we get that information from that heart space, and then we try to interpret it the same way. We attempt to interpret or try to make sense of whatever it is that came in, when we are aware that there's something that is guiding and directing us, and kind of like informing us. If we're in tune, we'll catch it. And then we have to remember not to just take it, depending on where we are, and try to interpret it by however we are being in the moment or feeling in the moment. And usually whoever we're being in the moment is in a higher vibrational space, because in order for us to sense it, to be aware of it, to be conscious of it, we need to be in some type of higher vibrational space in order to just realize it. When I talk about going within, it means getting in tune with those signals and those urges that are not spoken. They're sensations. They're sensations. It's just like something telling you, this person, go that way, because that's not. And then you get that sensation, but when it goes up into, you get that sensation, but when it goes up into your headspace, you're saying, damn, but it looks good. But it looks good. But it looks good. Yeah. Oh, why not go that way? That's what the mind does. It makes you question the natural instinct, the intuitive knowing that is guiding you and directing you. That's really, literally communicating with you. So the heart mind, the subconscious mind, the real mind sends the information to the other, some want to say the ego. So I'll use the ego because people know that. The ego, or the head mind. And that mind then, if it's not in tune with the heart, if you have not managed to sync the two so that they work together, heart and mind together, if it's separate, then the mind will always get what's coming from the heart and misinterpret it. Not, because, know this, the mind does not know the heart. The mind does not know the knowings of the heart, if you will. The mind does not understand the heart. But the mind can be trained to learn to work in alignment with the heart. Meaning, rather than allow your mind to take it and try to misinterpret it or create some other kind of interpretation based on whatever you are being or going through in the moment, you take the time to train the mind to listen to the heart, and then begin to work along with the information imparted, sent to the mind, the information that is coming from the heart to the mind. And in order to do this, you have to be a little more mindful. You have to be more aware, more conscious, more in tune, if you will, with what you are feeling and how you are interpreting those feelings and sensations, and how you are perceiving it, and how you are labeling the sensations. And then you can begin to get the mind to slow up a little bit, which happens during meditation. To slow up a little bit and listen to the heart until it becomes more of a habitual way of being, where the mind, pays attention to the intuition. It pays attention to the inner urges that tell you go right or left, or that person is walking a little crooked. No judgment, I'm just saying that's not exactly what you had in mind. or anything else. So if the person is, or a situation is, and everything in you is telling you, but then it gets in the mind, and the mind is like saying, work on it. Work on it. So, just a quick word on how to know whether or not it's your mind, your internal talk coming from your mind, or what some will say the ego, or whether or not it's an urge or internal inspiration that is coming from your heart space, that special place. More on this later. Choice here. Thank you so very much. And subscribe, share with a few people, one or two. Few is more. Share with a few people. Thank you so very much for joining me again. Thank you so much for joining me again for another session of Choice Spirit. Namaste.